Hello, my name is Wade the Wallaby, and welcome to another live stream. I feel better now since last night. However, I deleted the other stream because I didn't want YouTube to get agitated and start making me getting a strike because I already had a warning, so I can't risk anything. So I had to get rid of it, and it's permanently gone. And I bet YouTube is happy because I don't know. Um, it's all right now. Um, I'm okay. Um, it's fine now. Nothing unusual happened. I just had to delete it because I just had this nightmare or something when I was sleeping. I just had to just want to delete it. Just had a gut feeling that something bad was going to happen, so I decided not to risk it, and I decided to do it. And it's been a while since never mind. What has so I it's been almost 2 weeks, and you guys have not gave the design for a lander that is suitable to Mars, the smallest ever lander. So you guys didn't give me any. You just gave me references from other things, which is okay, but they were not related. A lot of them were like on Discord, like SpaceX or anything in that matter. Looks like some people just didn't understand what the priority was. The mission was to build a small spacecraft, smallest you can build, 1 foot wide and 1 foot height spacecraft to Mars, at least. Smallest you can make it, and without at least less detaching parts. But you guys just. So I decided, well, I guess I'll just make my own design. And I have a few of them, but I guess I'll just give you guys. I guess I'll just draw 3 of them and see what would be more realistic. I haven't drawn them yet, but they are, since I do know how to draw stuff in 3D, of course, I'm actually getting better since I took. But yeah, that was just a refreshment. Still, making, I should say, deft a few. The hard thing is making something is which is very hard. And when I'm lucky, I usually have a really good background that shows you like mountains in the background and have it float and not like anything ordinary. And that's why it's not like furry art, that just like bam, wow, how did they even do that? Of course, they use a magic thing called a computer, which basically is more sensitive because you can actually, without any. So if you make a mistake, you can erase it magically without any like smear marks or anything that was left over. Just boom, bam, and you can also fill into the blanks. You can. Um, and then you have a pen. That's a professional artist. That's literally for quicking and to get things done. But the classic artists, they know what they're doing. I don't know much about how they, do things. I haven't seen a artist in a long time, but it's mostly with the furry art. It's completely different. Very, you sometimes can actually see some of them are actually drawn, and they're fantastic. Absolutely, and sometimes they're just unbelievably so realistic. You gotta check it out. It's really like interesting. Um, I recommend using Firmfity because it is a really good filter that basically is really good at filtering out a lot of things that you don't want to see. Don't search on Google. Google is just, it blurs, it doesn't like, it just bam, there it is. And when you have something like that, that's what actually got me to that because it really helped me. So, but I'll give you an honest question. Sometimes you do see some things that is there, but I don't know how to get through it, but at least it's a lot filtered. It's really good filtered. I'll give you that. I should say 1% of you seeing something, things that you shouldn't, but it's not that bad. Uh, pretty much I think it's more realistic. Usually when you have a wolf that's a feral, not anthro, they usually, if it's a male, they would actually add that in to make it more realistic. But yeah, I guess that's okay because that's more. But that doesn't matter because this just why am I even going to decide? I always go. Oh, yeah. When I catch my brain, I make sure to catch my brain because I sometimes go to the flow and I accidentally just blab at something that doesn't even make sense. I mean, it does make sense. It just is not necessary. Let's see. So yeah. Um. That's the hard part because since I have a new Discord, which I am officially the owner, and I'm still a noob. So yeah, it's the same thing, the Wallaby Mob, but it's a bit more different. But I'll still, it won't go away forever. So at least I can concentrate what I'm doing. This time it should stay on my watch because it seemed like I was at the owner. So I'm guessing that this should fix everything. So um, for some reason, I have a lot less people, but this should at least should grow um, where it should have been. But yeah, go ahead and if you have a Discord, go on to. I guess I'll just try. Yeah, I'm not good at putting links in because I'm always terrible at it. Um, but yeah, just I bet my people will get you some help because I'm not gonna do that thing again because I just don't want to get in trouble. And so yeah, go ahead and oh, I'm sure that people will help you out. I'm gonna have to go to my account and fix the on my channel and fix that because that is on the original one. So I'm gonna have to fix that sooner or later so people that go on my channel don't go somewhere else that's not even there and they're gonna get angry. So I'll fix that. Okay, I'll fix that. Right, it's on the corner, and I'll fix that. If I get time to fix it. Now I'll change the subject. First time ever I'm saying that. Battlefield 1, every week there is a challenge that you do and you get a medal. They're hard because I'm not good at aiming and stuff, but I'm good at surrounding. But because it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's just me and, or is it just, I don't know. It's probably me, but yeah, I'm not good at aiming at in Battlefield 1. So there's this, blah, wow. So, so yeah, it's been going around since 2015. What has changed? What was my goal? Well, the goal was actually making a Minecraft series, which I do. But since yeah, but that would actually be better. If you guys give me some questions of how make how, look, I were on the Windows 7s. Maybe that's why it just is so laggy. Yeah, Minecraft Wade. Yeah, that's the original one. Maybe, but I really want to make more videos of that because I really want to have to show you my villager lab. No, not villager labs. I'm not gonna make villager labs. Villager lab is huge. It's massive, so it's gonna be impossible for me to build it. Now I realized. Now I'm still a noob in the new blocks that were added a long time ago, but remember, I basically figured out how to get into Minecraft. Basically, was just changing the password back in 2019. If you go to one of my Minecraft Wave playlists, you should be able to see a timeline from newest to oldest. And you scroll all the way down, you should be able to see some of the steps that are referring to it, and mostly yeah, the Mason Bound Village is sort of complete. I just, yeah, the story is cool. I like to make stories of what is going on. I also added a new storyline. Well, it is like part of why is there earthquakes happening in the mesa biome. This is just a story to make the environment more interesting. So Villager Labs, if you don't know what it is basically just a show that I made up. It's basically just Minecraft and with villagers. So yeah, hence the name Villager Labs. I've talked about this streams a lot of streams ago, and it's a humongous laboratory that has everything basically, and there's even new parts. I mean, new materials that don't exist on Minecraft, such as uranium, um, helium 3, because why not? Pretty much all the elements in the periodic table of elements is there. You have titanium, you have because it is a more realistic. And then you have, well, of course, gold is in there, and gold has its own element. And we have the teleportation labs, which allows us to teleport to other dimensions. Now, this is the cool thing that I made up. How does the teleportation work? Now, we could teleport just like from Half-Life series. We could teleport to other dimensions, and we can also teleport in our universe. But we only have a limited of amount of area. We can only teleport small amounts of matter. Just like, I should say, um, beaming from Star Trek. But it's not like beaming. It's actually literally teleporting. But what we use for teleporting to other dimensions with using power, we'll be able to teleport all to dimensions. So we have this to make it more simplified. We have a bubble basically, in the radius of where we're at. We're inside of this. It's not a universe because there's a bunch of universes, and there's this plane, and what lies. I'll talk about the travel dimension, but first, it's a really good mini story that I had of how did we discover the travel dimension, which is a horrible. It's like the Nether, but like worse. It's actually inspired from a dream that I had with these Endermen that were like had these eyeballs on the chest and on the head, and it squirted out this orange stuff, and it was like an acid that was so bad, and it's like these Endermen. So I made them just called Endermen or something, but they're evil. But okay, let's just continue with how does this teleportation work. So what we open a portal is using, I guess, magnetic field sticks, something, and then we open up the portal, which is a sphere. We can pretty much go anywhere within a radius, and we have multiple of them. So first of all, when we were starting Villager Labs, we were starting a research of how to kill the Ender Dragon multiple times. By doing this, by basically constantly going to other dimensions, taking the Ender Dragon back to our world, and then killing it. Now, because of the new update, we'll be able to basically have infinite of it, so we don't do that anymore. We just spawn camp, create it, and then kill it for the experience points. So, yeah, we have a lot of resources, and it's incredible of how we do it. But the biggest one is so Villager Labs has a huge teleportation lab. That one's called the massive one. And basically, it's very new, and it uses, because we have a fusion reactor, nuclear power plant, coal power plant, we have a fusion reactor, which is the most powerful. It has like a lot of power. It's not redstone. It's actual electricity. And it uses helium-3 to generate. It's an actual machine. I don't think we have it yet in real life, but it is helium-3 is mostly on the moon. But yeah, it's a very interesting element. And pretty much a lot of this stuff is actually, I'm saying, is realistic. Helium-3 to a fusion reactor, and basically magnetic field, and it spins around like I don't know, and it creates power for some reason. I think it's plasma. I don't know. I forgot. I'm not a physics person, So yeah, it's just I heard that helium-3 is used for a fusion reactor, so it is used for more power. So because we have the extra power, we'll be able to basically can teleport to farther and farther regions you see, the more powerful our portal is, the more radius we explore our, I guess, dimension most. I guess, I don't know what you call it. But yeah, dimensions are all over the place and they're scattered. We have like the end, nether, end, nether, end. But we were first building this. This wasn't the biggest. It was actually the two ones that we built. I forgot the original one. I think we just tore it down because it was just too small. So because we're upgrading, in the early stages of Villager Labs, we built the two large ones. They were larger, but we also built another one that was destroyed, but we're repairing it. But I'll talk about that later. So we have two of these teleportation labs. One of them, actually there was one that was built. So we were testing it. So first we basically tested out, and it was a really cool teleportation lab. It was really good. I was there to the villagers, and we were testing it, and it had malfunctioned. And one of our villagers went to the portal because we were actually going somewhere. We went somewhere that was not what we expected. We were actually going to the nether, but it was something different, way worse. Everything was just opposite. So we were like in the wrong place, and a lot of villagers died because of that. It was a very terrible accident. It wasn't actually an accident. It was just a mistake. It was just crazy. It was just basically hell, literally. So we left and closed that portal and never come back. Well, we do come back to explore, but it's so dangerous. And we looked at the computer. Now, the computer works for positive numbers, and we basically put in coordinates numbers, just like in real life Minecraft. We put coordinates to where to teleport. This thing uses the same thing. Instead, it uses outside. So we remember about the bubble I talked about is anything on our range is a coordinates from 0, 0. So 0, 0 is where we're at. And if we want to go to somewhere, we have to put them in, and it's pretty much automatic to do that. And eventually it will open the portal. But because this was new, it was a math problem that was causing it put a negative number instead of a positive, which is not supposed to ever. And this was a breakthrough that we discovered on accident. And once the portal opened, it tried to figure out where it was, and it just, because it was updated, it couldn't figure out of those new numbers, so it just crashed and went to a negative number, and it just caused it to just flip. So we have a new dimension, or actually a negative dimension, which is actually, well, we see it as below of our area. Yeah, it's crazy. And below that is the travel dimension. And travel dimension is then Minecraft, but it is not. It's crazy. We actually just were extremely hostile environment. So we basically put down standby. Later on, we built a new type of teleportation labs that increased our radius. Now, what do you think? Are there enemies? Yes, we have two enemies, sort of. Villager 44 is actually the worst. He is actually a cleric. Yes. And I have no idea what he was doing. Of course they do. I'm trying to focus here, but they just want to. Oh no, I can't right now. I just can't. I know you guys want to talk to me, but all right, I guess I'll fine.